Good evening, everybody. Tonight marks the conclusion of integrity, and I wanted to address a couple of issues, and mostly the issue of relationships. What is integrity? As you've heard me talk the last few days, every person has their own view of what integrity is, how it shows up for them, how it impacts them, what it involves, and how their past has created their view on integrity today. In relationships, the thing that's interesting about integrity is even when we are right, we can be wrong. Now, what do I mean by that? This is a very interesting one that I never understood until recently, probably within the last year and a half. And I bumped into it several times over the years. And I remember the first time when I bumped into it. So I'll share that experience. I was being coached, and at the time, my coach, great guy, and constantly I was confronted, and I would test my coach. And finally, one day, I found out that my coach had made a mistake. And what he had said was not true. And what happened in that moment was I had the conversation with him, and I said, I caught you. And by this time, we'd been coaching for several months. And he looked at me and he said, Les, here's the deal. When you have a coach, your goal is to have your coach win. If your coach wins, then you win. Now, if you suddenly prove your coach wrong, what does that do? All it does is have you win by it being right, your coach wrong, and your coach now no longer has the support of you holding him in a position, or her in a position of, they're my coach. My goal is to have them win. Instead, it becomes about right and wrong. I didn't quite understand this. And I probably didn't fully understand it till later in life when I was married. And when I was married, I found out sometimes even when we're right, we're wrong. And it's powerful to admit and step back, step down, and allow the situation to move forward. Now, does that mean we're giving up? Nope. Doesn't mean we're giving up. What it means is that we are being responsible for the integrity of what we're committed to in a relationship. And even though the person may have made a mistake, that who they are for us is someone that we honor and that we hold in high esteem. And we give them that space of being able to make mistakes and still hold them in that level. To me, that became the opportunity for allowing human error to happen, not holding them their feet to the fire for having made a mistake, but realizing that in that moment, I could choose to be right about my answer, or I could let it go and move forward and be happy. And I'm inviting you all that are listening to this to take a look at your life. Take a look at from parents to significant other to job. Where have you been right and you held on to it and you pushed and it blew up? And you're sitting back going, wait a minute, I was right. Why am I in trouble? What happened? I'd love to hear some of those stories, even if they're brief. Put them below in the comments. I'd love to hear. And I want to thank you for listening to the last few days of integrity. And my wish for you is that your integrity, you choose to honor your word, even if you don't always keep it, by being in communication and creating something empowering as a possibility to live forward into life. Look forward to any questions. Please feel free to call me. The number has been scrolling across the bottom. Check out my website. And God bless. Thanks for being here.